Hi everyone, welcome back to another review video. Today we're going to be looking at a dual camera system by Eufy Security. This is their Floodlight Cam E340. It is a wired floodlight camera with 360-degree surveillance and pan and tilt technology. It has 3K resolution as well as 24/7 continuous recording mode. This camera features floodlights with 2000 lumens of brightness and IP65 waterproof technology that lets you use these cameras at all weathers, and it also has dual band Wi-Fi. With dual band Wi-Fi, you're going to increase your speed compared to the previous generations of cameras and get stable streaming quality as well. Let's look at more features that are listed on the box. With the 24/7 live recording, you can have the live view as well as a recording history. It also has two-way audio, activity zones to reduce false notifications, lighting schedules and adjustable brightness, smart alarms, as well as dual viewing mode. It is also supported by voice assistant systems such as the Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa. And lastly, to control all these features, all you have to download is the Eufy Security app from the Play Store or the App Store. With the Eufy Security app, you don't have to pay a monthly service fee for any of your local surveillance. All you have to do is install the cameras and you can access local storage without having to pay any monthly fees. Not only does it feature a 360-degree complete surveillance, it also has subject lock and AI tracking that can lock and track any subjects such as cars, pets, and humans. This camera also features a 2000 lumen brightness floodlight that can be set on motion activation or on ambient settings, so you can have the floodlight on all night. With this camera, you can also add local storage with a microSD card. This camera supports a microSD card up to 128 gigabytes that you can purchase separately, but you can also expand its local storage by using the Homebase 3. Lastly, with its 2K telephoto lens and a 3K wide-angle lens, it can create a 3K field of view that lets you see details clearly, and an 8x hybrid zoom that shows details at a distance, with which you can see faces or license plates from far away. So inside the box, we have our quick start guide, our warning sticker, and our positioning sticker. We have some screws, and we have our installation hook right here. We have our USB cable, and lastly, we have our floodlight camera. Now, let's inspect the floodlight camera in detail. So this is what it looks like, and these are our two bright floodlights right here. So let's try removing the stickers. We have this plastic film in the middle. And then we have a film on top of the dual cameras. Over here we have our slots for the power button, sync button, USB-C port, as well as our slot for the microSD card. Please note that the 128 gigabytes microSD card that I'm going to be using for the video is not provided, and it is something that you're supposed to purchase separately. And then the back, we have all our wires. Since this is a wired camera, you have to do the wire installation. To get to the wires, all you have to do is slide it like that, and then you install this. Before we get started with the installation, please note that Eufy is also going to launch a 20-foot plug-in cable that will allow you to power the Floodlight Camera E340 with just a standard outlet and install it in homes that already don't have a junction box or existing outdoor wiring. Start the installation process. Go ahead and download your Eufy Security app and add a device. We're going to choose to add the floodlight camera, the Eufy E340. Then go ahead and scan the QR code of the camera that's located on the back of the camera. Then go ahead and follow the instructions and plug in the USB cable to power on the camera. We have to do this step before wiring up the camera. Then wait until it turns solid blue. Then press the sync button on top of the camera for 2 seconds until you hear a beep. Once the camera is connected to the Wi-Fi, let's get started with the installation. Follow all the prompts for the installation steps. Since this is a wired camera, be sure to turn off your breaker before starting installation. This camera can be installed in different ways, such as a wall-mounted method or a overhang method. We're gonna choose a wall-mounted method today. Be sure to thoroughly follow the installation steps while connecting the wired camera to reduce risk of electrocution and poor installation. First of all, we're going to install the mounting bracket. So we're going to just feed the wires through the mounting bracket and screw it in. Once the installation for the mounting bracket is done, we're going to use our installation hook to hang the camera so we can wire it up. And once the installation for the camera is done, you just install the base screws on the sides, and then you can turn on the power. Now let's go over the details for the floodlight camera. This is labeled garage, so we're gonna turn on garage camera. This is a dual camera with 24/7 recording. It also has a streaming quality and recording quality of up to 3K. It is a pan and tilt camera, so this is the pan and tilt button right here. It has a 360-degree pan and a 60-degree tilt. So if I were to move this around, you would see that I can rotate it 360 degrees up to all the way to the back of the camera. And with its 60-degree tilt, you can see when I've reached the limit for the top of the camera. This is a motion-activated camera with AI tracking, so you can track motions of humans, pets, vehicles, and other sorts of motions as well. Since this is also a wall-mounted hardwired camera, you can also turn on continuous recording mode in the settings. So I'm going to do that right here. First of all, you're going to go to your video settings, then press the continuous recording tab and turn on the continuous recording mode. You can set it to all the time or set a specific schedule. If you have more questions about continuous recording, you can press the question mark on the top right corner, and it will tell you the maximum playback time for a 128 gigabytes micro SD card before it's overwritten. If you also want to expand your storage beyond the 128 gigabytes micro SD card limit. You can also connect it to Homebase 3 since this product is Homebase 3 compatible. This FAQ page also tells you how to view your continuous recordings and how to delete them as well. To view the continuous recordings, all you have to do is press the playback button on the bottom right-hand corner of your video camera thumbnail. And you're going to notice that you have a timeline available to you. This timeline contains all the footage from the continuous recording mode. If you were to scroll back and forth through the timeline, you're going to see that there's a blue tab in the middle of the timeline, and that indicates that your continuous recording mode has been turned on at that point. If you try to scroll past the continuous recording footage to previous recorded videos, you're going to see that there's no videos, and there's some lines that indicates that there's been motion activated footage on that specific spot. Here's the continuous recording mode in more detail. So as you can see, all the stuff in blue is continuous recording, and the yellow bars are motion activations. So I can also adjust the date and time, and if I wanted to view yesterday's footage, I'm just gonna pick yesterday and confirm, and then I can scroll around at that point. So this is the continuous recording mode, and as you can see, this is a older footage of this day. You can adjust it by playing and pausing the video from the bottom left-hand corner, and you can go back or forth using the backwards or the forwards button as well. So right now the time is 8:53. I'm going to go back a little bit more, and the time is 7:43 right here. You can also speed it up to watch it in faster details. And then you can turn off the volume on the bottom right-hand corner. To download your footage, you can use the download button right here. It will decrypt it and then download that area of footage. And it will save to your phone album. Now let's look at all the motion that was recorded by the garage camera. I'm going to press the button that says 0, which indicates events page for specifically the garage camera. And as you can see, there was a lot of motion detected for that day. We have only human detection available right now, but we can also adjust it in the settings. Let's go to the settings and let's go to the motion detection page. Right now it's only set to humans, but we can adjust it to set for vehicles as well. You can set it for pet motions as well as other motions if you want, but this is the settings that I want for now. This device also supports AI tracking, so I'm going to turn it on right here. When it detects motion from humans or pets and vehicles, it will turn on by detecting the motion and then locking the subject and tracking them. To set presets, you have to go to preset positions. Initially, it's going to calibrate, and you can set some defaults as well as some other preset settings. You can set up to a total of 4 preset positions. For now, I'm only going to set 1. Whenever the camera is done tracking its subject, it's going to go back to its default position, which is the center view right here. This camera also supports out-of-view detection, so you can adjust the detection range right here. You can set the right view, the left view, as well as the center view if you want for where the detection would take place. If the camera detects motion outside of the normal view range the camera is pointed at, it will automatically rotate to that place to confirm that out-of-view motion. Now let's talk about edge connection. The Floodlight Camera E340 can also join the Edge ecosystem, which consists of the S380 home base, also known as Home Base 3, which is Eufy's third generation home base security system. The Edge system can process, analyze data, as well as store security footage in the home for unmatched speed and privacy. Now let's look at the floodlight settings. There's two modes that you can set it for. One is ambient light and one is motion activated light. You can also turn it on manually if you want, or you can control the lights through Alexa or Google Assistant. Let's look at the motion activated light settings. Over here, you can adjust the brightness. You can set up a timer for the lights, or you can have this light activation mode where it's recommended to use if you have a large yard or a really quiet area. You can also turn on the lights for ambient lighting, so you can set up schedules over here and adjust the brightness accordingly. In this ambient light setting, the lights would be turned on at a specific time period and not activated by motion. Now let's go through all the main buttons and features that are listed on the camera menu. So with the record button, you can record any live views as well as playback views if you were to go to the playback settings. You can adjust the sound through this menu and also talk with the microphone to the camera so that whoever's on the other side can hear you. You can adjust the pan and tilt from the pan and tilt button right here. And then you can also turn on the floodlights with the light button right there. And then to the right side of the tab menu, we have additional buttons, such as the screenshot button, night vision, AI tracking, a round look, playback button, as well as the calibration button. With Eufy's dual camera system, it gives you a multi-dimensional protection with the telephoto lens that captures details from up to 50 feet away and the wide-angle lens capturing the big picture in 3K resolution. The dual camera can together achieve a hybrid zoom of 8x, thus giving you very clear details. Since this camera is a PTZ camera, you can ensure that your camera angles are all covered with its 360-degree angle view. And along with its built-in AI, it can identify people and track their movements. The E340 also features its 24/7 recording mode. Since it is a wired camera, you can store continuous recording in its local storage by using up to a 128GB micro SD card. Since it is also Homebase 3 compatible, you can utilize its Homebase's 16TB local storage to expand your storage space. The E340 also supports dual band Wi-Fi, so you're going to enjoy a 500% increase in speed compared to the previous generations, and stable streaming quality on both bandwidths. The E340 is a wired floodlight camera, which supports a 2000 lumens adjustable brightness and a 4000 Kelvin color temperature. You can turn it on by its motion-activated illumination or its ambient light mode, which will turn it on at a specific period of time. And that is it for our review. We hope you guys like this product. This is a really great, versatile floodlight camera to have. I really like the fact that this one camera wears many hats. It has really all the features that you might need from a security surveillance camera. So if you guys like this product, please go ahead and check out our description box below. Thank you all for watching.